At McClary, everybody. How about that? Yes. Oh, you're still able to whoop. I appreciate that. It's a lot of comedians. But we got more. We got more. We're not done yet. We're not kicking you out yet. We got more comedians. They've been waiting all night to do this, so let's show them some love if we can. This next gentleman, I saw him last week and he did very well. See if he doesn't do this well tonight. Fuck it, he did good last week, right? 1 out of 2 is not bad. That's 50%. Major League should be on the All-Star team if you did 50%. But I like him. Give it up for Jim Dean, everybody. Jim Dean. Right.
So there's this Ethiopian restaurant right up the street. It says authentic Ethiopian cuisine. I'm wondering, do they airdrop the food to the table? Or do they just put a big pile of rice in the middle of the floor and you gotta scramble to grab as much as you can and take back to your table? You're like, can I get some water? They're like, we don't have any. A lot of people fantasize about what they do if they won the lottery. Doesn't it just kill you when some old, boring 72-year-old wins? He's like, well, I might put a new coat of paint on the barn, resod the lawn, but that's about it. And I'm like, why did you play the lottery? Was that your fantasy, man? If I won the lottery, I'd probably be motivated to go get like 1,000 hookers, throw in an empty pool, and swan dive in. That'd be a funky pool, though. Like, you ever go to get Chinese and you get like General Tso's chicken, the top layer is really crispy and nice and perfectly coated, but when you work your way to the bottom, there's just a giant pool of sauce that's marinating the chicken. That's kind of what the pool would end up like. Like, all the hookers that got stuck at the bottom would just be marinating in a puddle of disease-ridden juice. Cleaning that pool out the next day would be like an episode of Deadliest Catch. Pulling out 5-pound king genital crabs. While I'm on Deadliest Catch, you know the producers secretly want one of the featured boats to sink, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, they wouldn't want their film crew to die. They definitely wouldn't want to lose the footage, but maybe the captain, maybe a couple of deckhands. I mean, they'd act broken up, but you know, behind closed doors, they'd just be like 12-year scotch, cigars, and a circle jerk. I mean, let's face it, you know, the captains are all like 1 3/4 feet in the grave already. The crew's all like current or past felons. I mean, we watch like NASCAR and other events to, you know, see the disaster, but would it really be the same when these boats sank as when Dale Earnhardt died? Would there be people all over America putting decals of the fishing boat Northwestern in the back window of their pickup truck? I don't know. Maybe they would. So there's a lot of sleeping pills going around right now. Ambien, Lunesta, Sonata. Why don't they just sell Thanksgiving dinner? People have been falling asleep after eating Thanksgiving dinner for hundreds of years. It's a natural, safe, effective way to get it done. But can you imagine the very first Thanksgiving dinner? They all smoked the peace pipe, gorged on food for hours on end. Meals were production back then. I did some research on it, and following is the list of what was estimated to be on the table at the very first Thanksgiving dinner back in 1621. But before I get there, think about how tired you are after eating turkey, sweet potatoes, stuffing, maybe some bread, maybe some macaroni and cheese. So, first Thanksgiving dinner. Cod, eel, clams, lobster, wild turkey, goose, duck, crane, swan, eagles, partridge, flour, Indian corn. Gets better. Pumpkins, peas, beans, onions, lettuce, radish, carrots, plums, grapes, chestnuts, walnuts, leeks, olive oil, dried currants, and parsnips. Holy shit. They must have just fell out backwards right there in a chair. If you came walking up late to that dinner, you'd have thought everybody got poisoned. I'm sure the Indians were probably scared to hang out with the Pilgrims after that meal. Back at the teepee village, the medicine man was probably like, I have a vision. These people will become extremely obese and lazy. I don't think you need any peyote for that one. The Indians probably all started screaming that night when I looked down and couldn't see their dicks anymore. They probably wanted to go massacre the pilgrims right there that night. But the reality is they couldn't have because they were all in a food coma. I mean, the Indians couldn't have attacked. The pilgrims couldn't have run away. It would have been a really sorry battlefield. Not like some shit out of Braveheart, but these guys would be too tired to stand up trying to push their way into and out of the battlefield with their legs. Too tired to hold their arms up trying to swing tomahawks and turkey legs. The next morning the battlefield would have been riddled with bodies, but no one's dead. They're just sleeping and snoring and using each other as pillows. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts the other day to get some coffee. And it's like every time I go there, it's just an epic battle to not buy like a donut or 5. And they know it too. Like they're like, anything else with that coffee? And there's like a giant wall of donuts. They're like, so you're just like, no. But this day there was a guy of about 70 sitting there enjoying a donut. And by enjoying, I mean he was sitting there with his newspaper laid out, cradling his coffee, looking out the window with an open napkin. And on the napkin was a donut rolled in peanuts with like a little piece missing. And it was sitting there in that condition when I walked in. And when I left, it was still sitting there in that same condition with no more missing. That's just how like the older folks do it. They know how to enjoy a donut. I was hanging out with my gram the other day and I watched her enjoy a donut whole for like 3 minutes. The only way I could be enjoying a donut for more than 10 seconds is if there's 11 donuts sitting in front of me. All right, you guys have been great. Have a good evening.
Jim Dean. Yes. Jim Dean.